All right, now, guys, let's get into the entertainment news. I think we should start with this very happy one, and that is singer Aramide has been delivered of a baby. Apparently, it was last year. That was December, the 26th, but she just brought the news to us, and we are so happy about it. Yes, the baby's name, Angela Olua Ali, and she said that's the best gift of the decade. And well, congratulations.
I mean, I love the fact that she kept it private and she's revealing it at the time. And she didn't even show the baby's face even now. She just showed like the back of the baby. And I mean, that's fine. Congratulations to her.
but why do people do that then, though?
I mean, different people, different reasons. One is privacy. You don't want people seeing the face of your child. Sometimes it's also superstition. So whatever rocks your boat.
Africa.
Whatever rocks your boat.
Yes.
All right, guys. So let's get to the second one. Black Bones calls out absentee dad. Self-acclaimed best rapper in Africa, Black Bones, has taken to Twitter to call out his father, who was absent and was not a part of his life growing up. The Chocolate City rapper shared a text message his father sent, stating that his father has only reached out to him now that he has attained some level of fame. He wrote, "My dad that ran to another country when I was born, didn't ever see him till I was a teenager. He's talking to me about disrespect. When I finished uni and came to Lagos, I asked for his help. Man left me on red." Fast forward to 2 years of not talking, he sent this life. He continued, "The last Christmas, he didn't feel disrespected, that we didn't talk Christmas, New Year, but now I'm good. He popping up, talking about disrespect." SMH, guys, what do you think about this?
I think it's 2020. People need to take their family issues off social media. Yes, your dad had not been there for you, but I don't see any reason why you're on social media sharing the text message your dad sent to you, all because what? Because you are popping and your dad is trying to reach out to you. What do you want people on social media to say? Can people just stop this behavior?
Well, I mean,
you have family members, people who can sort your issue out of social media. Okay, so now you've put it up. So we are supposed to sit down on your Twitter page and say, "Oh, Black Bones, you forgive your dad. Oh, Black Bones, don't forgive your dad." Why are you looking for people's validation?
Very valid points. But you see, I think Twitter, that's what it's about right now. Twitter is especially Twitter, is a place where people just air their thoughts, say so many private things, and people have a lot of, for the retweets and for the conversation starting and all of that. But at the same time, people deal in different ways. You can't really take away from the fact that some people like to express themselves when they are hurting. Some people are not good with keeping it inside of them. So maybe this is his own way of dealing, because you can't really take away the fact that, okay, he had this experience and this is his own way of sharing. We don't really have, we have therapists, but it's not really known to air your issues to a therapist. So most people right now on social media, on Twitter, are using Twitter as a way of airing all their problems, all their frustrations, which is not necessarily a good thing. So I like that angle.
So your points are valid. And as you said, that some people just take that avenue, especially on Twitter. So I would say that perhaps because he never got emotionally attached to the dad, because I think some people, when they don't grow with certain people and they're not attached, they can just go all about talking about that person in public. Well, it depends. Different strokes for different folks. But then at the end of the day, I understand what you're saying. That so what are we supposed to do about it? Especially when you have, brought your dirty linen
to the public.
We're supposed to now sit and be retweeting Black Bones, don't do this, don't do that. I think, I don't know, man. 2020, people should stop all of this thing.
2020! But guess what? By February, we'll stop saying 2020, right?
No, I won't stop.
Because
it's still 2020
when it's a new year, we always say 2020, it's a new year, we should stop. But maybe...
Like Aki Alabi said, I'm thinking about 2021 right now.
Wow!
So. Motivation,
nice one. But what I would say to add to what you're saying is that in this year, I feel like if you have problems, actually go to somebody that can help you. Counselor, maybe your pastor, maybe a therapist to talk about your problems. Social media is not the place to talk about it.
Good that you even said a therapist and a counselor, because there are some people you should not share your problems with people. No. I'm just saying. Okay.
Not that boy in Lekki and the one in Aja in Agege deliberating on your matter on Twitter.
Oh, wow. All right, take note of that. Now, moving on to our next story. If you want to make money, don't do gospel music, says Frank Edwards. Nigerian gospel musician Frank Edwards has stated that gospel music is not a profitable business, and anyone who goes into it for the money might end up getting very disappointed. Now, he made this known in a recent interview with Punch newspaper, where he was asked why gospel artists are rarely used as brand ambassadors or influencers. Now, he said, and I'm quoting, "The gospel ministry is totally different from the secular industry, even though you might say that there is a business side of it, which makes it very similar. But in gospel music industry, the business aspect of it is never the focus. I tell people that if you want to make money, don't do gospel music. You would have a lot of issues." Now, he ended by saying, and I'm quoting, "The companies are looking for numbers, and they would give the brand ambassadorship to whom everybody loves their music, and if the companies give it to gospel singers like me, people who don't listen to gospel will probably not pay attention. Although I'm a brand ambassador, it is not everything that one must do as a gospel artist. Now, when you are not getting endorsements, think of how many souls that your music has healed, and that is your reward."
Amen.
So the reward is in heaven.
Wow.
What do we think about
this?
this?
It's a very heavy one, and I know that he is speaking from experience, of course, as we have seen. So it's, especially when you're putting in a lot of work and you see that endorsements are not coming towards you, and they have their different reasons. So we've talked about this before. In fact, if you're going to take it away from the gospel world into the world, you know how we talk about how some people are very brilliant and they're not popping, but then you see some people, they're just streetwise, they're not as brilliant, but then they are the ones making all the money. They are the ones, when they look for a job, they're looking at how many followers do you have on Instagram, on Twitter, and all of this. So it could be very, very painful, especially with the fact that, it boils down to your temperament and the type of music you do, again, gospel. And he says that, he justified it. He said, people who don't even listen to gospel, when they give him the brand ambassador, real thing, and at the end of the day, they can't relate because they don't, listen to them. So it justifies the reason they would not even give a gospel artist. Then, do you think this happens in other climes?
To be honest, I don't agree with him. I actually don't agree with him. Maybe in Nigeria, there's still that mentality that, as a gospel musician or artist, this is for the Lord. But, in other climes, I have a friend who plays the piano in his church in Texas, and he's getting paid a very nice paycheck. I don't believe that because you're in the gospel industry, you cannot convert. And maybe you are targeting the wrong brands. Obviously, some alcoholic brands, some types of brands will not be able to work with you based on your belief systems. But there's so many other types of brands that you can tap into. There are many family brands that you can tap into. Maybe you are not taking your PR game strongly. Maybe you as a gospel artist feel like, I don't need to post, or I don't need to put myself out there. The Lord will do everything for me. And maybe that's where the challenge is coming in from. That's my own opinion.
Gospel artists, they are cashing out and making money. I can.
We talked about it the other day.
Yes, I can actually tell that one of the highest musicians with the highest streaming in Nigeria as last year was actually a gospel artist.
Yes.
And
so
that's
I don't agree with that.
That's a lot of money.
Who's that again?
Please leave alone.
Tell us now.
Please leave alone. So gospel artists, they are making money. I just feel it's that mentality of, you are not supposed to be collecting money when they invite you to social place. You are going to minister, and it's affecting the way they charge and bill people. So anyways, let's move on to the next story. Cardi B wants to get into politics. Yes, American rapper Cardi B is in the news again, and this time she's announced that she intends going back to school to get a degree and venture into politics. She revealed the plans that will lead to her to contest for Congress via Twitter, and she tweeted, and I quote, "I think I want to be a politician. I really love government, even though I don't agree with government." She continued, and I quote, "I don't feel like if I go back to school and focus up, I can be part of Congress. I have so much ideas that can make sense. I just need a couple of years of school and I can shake the table." Cardi B as a politician, who is ready for this, and what would this actually look like?
So I read the comments.
Cardi B in the White House.
I read a lot of comments, and I think the first comments I read was somebody saying that bleep bleep that you said was a vulgar word, and said that, "Oh, really? Look at you, like, by their fruits you shall know them." Like,
doesn't the current photos, doesn't he curse?
No, well, the person was saying that you, Cardi B, as you said that you have, and what she used, it's dead, blanket to blank. And so the person was saying that, so are your ideas dead?
No, I don't agree with that person. You see, if Kim Kardashian can, you know, come forth and say she wants to be a lawyer, and she actually has done a lot of things in step towards that direction with the prison reform program, I feel like anybody can do anything they want if they focus on it.
What if Kim hears what you're saying and she says, so now you're comparing me to Cardi B?
No.
No, I do not think Kim was going to do that. Because when Kim also came out to say she was going to be a lawyer, Mr. OJ will not let us race from the pole to the
You'll be surprised that some people will still think highly of themselves, that some people say,
See, it will shock people. I saw a clip of D.L. Hughley, the comedian. He said it will shock everybody that if Cardi B actually takes this serious, people will actually vote for Cardi B.
Yes.
Looking at her fan base.
Because she even
for Kanye West.
Even with the issue.
Kanye is taking his time.
Even with the issues in America, she's very vocal about issues. A lot of times she's there on her Instagram, on her Twitter, talking about things that a lot of celebrities are not talking about. And she doesn't even, she doesn't sugarcoat it. She says it the way it is. So maybe she needs to be a bit polished.
Hold on. Rihanna talks about Trump too, and people don't come to Rihanna like this.
And because Rihanna doesn't want to go into politics. Now, Cardi B is saying, I will go back to school.
And then Rihanna does not have the same background with Cardi B. You can't take away the fact that she's coming from that type of background. So there's always going to be that stereotype, that
I'm
way
saying
of
she's a singer.
It's a quick one. So Cardi B is not coming to Nigeria again.
Why did you say
Why did you say that?
She said she was coming before now.
When she comes,
now she wants to be their president, or she should be our president.
Oh, who is this guy?
Cardi B as Nigerian president. Sorry, I'm done.
We're done with entertainment news. I can't believe I was really paying attention to OJ. Mistake. All right, guys, that's all that we have for you on entertainment news.